9. 9 years. Let that sink in. For nearly a full decade, the country was just running without a foundational rulebook, without a constitution. This wasn't some simple political delay. It was a symptom of a deep, deep paralysis that set in because there was no leader with Jinnah's stature to command respect and, frankly, to get things done.
So this brings us right to the heart of it, right? What if he had been there for those 9 years, and maybe even longer? How might the political DNA of the country have turned out completely differently?
This is probably one of the most critical points. That political vacuum of the 1950s is what directly led to the military stepping in, thinking, the civilian leaders have failed. It's almost impossible to imagine that happening under Jinnah's watch. His personal authority was so immense, his commitment to the Constitution so strong, he would have cemented the principle of civilian supremacy right from the get-go.
The other huge shift was ideological. Under Jinnah, the vision for the state was more like a guiding light, a lantern. But after he died, for a lot of people, that ideology got twisted into a political weapon, a sword.
There's a famous story that illustrates this perfectly. So, a religious scholar sees a woman just flying through her prayer beads, and he asks her what she's reciting. She says the Ayatul Kursi, which, is a long and very important verse from the Quran. He's totally baffled. So the scholar asks, how on earth could you shorten such a sacred verse? And her answer, well, it reveals everything you need to know about the political climate that was taking over. She had reduced the holy verse of the throne to just the word for throne, kursi. This story became this powerful metaphor for how these deep spiritual principles were being hollowed out for a crude political power grab. This is exactly the kind of weaponization of faith that a strict constitutionalist like Jinnah would have fought against with everything he had. Now, moving beyond domestic politics, Jinnah's presence would have dramatically changed how Pakistan positioned itself on the world stage, especially during the height of the Cold War. In our timeline, Pakistan pretty quickly aligned with the US-led bloc, but Jinnah's vision was